Hi everyone, Mary at Espresso Press Design. Thank you for joining me today, November 4th. And yes, it is November 4th. I forgot that it was my other camera that always had the wrong date. This one has the right date. But thank you for joining me today. Today we're going to do some foil printing with watercolors and markers, and I forgot to grab an ink. I'm going to grab an ink so we can do that too. And first let me get my thank yous out. Thank you first of all to subscribers, people who engage, people who comment, people who visit, people who watch. Thank you so much. Thank you to my customers, R. Bolton, Lynn, Betty, Dre, Sheila, Isa Lee. Thank you so much for all of your purchases, and thank you so much for your kind comments. I meant to acknowledge this quite some time ago. From Soul Art G2Y, we love you, Mary. You're such a great artist in heart. You really made my day. And also Jane Vincent 1721. Very, very, very cool, Mary. I love this idea. Can't wait to get out my jelly prints and painting papers. Thank you so much, girlfriend. Your creativity has no bounds. Lovingly, Janie. How sweet. Some people are so nice, and they really made my day. And try to remember to be nice to someone, you know, just as a personal experience. Every time I visited my brother in the nursing home, some of those people had no one, so it was quite sad to realize that. No visitors, no cards, no kindness. Of course, they were getting care and all of that, but there are a lot of people in the world like that who I see them post on YouTube. I have no one. Nobody talks to me, etc. And just give someone a smile today. That's all you have to do, and you can make their entire day. So first, I guess I want to show you what I did with the stencil printing. I am going to go back to that. I did get some new stencils. I probably have to order some more because I do not have enough small pattern stencils to get some really great effects, but I did this on watercolor, and 2 of these are for sale as papers, and this one got a little too much water, so I didn't feel like I should put that for sale. But these I love, and I still like that. It's just a little more muted and soft than the other 2. So it's a great technique, but like all techniques, it's going to take a while to get some learning curve. And here's another one in my mini workshop on Shopify. Again, I just used 2 colors, 2 stencils, tried to keep enough contrast so people could see what was going on, but in these ones, you know, I did mix a lot of different colors and things like that. So when you can take the time to do all that, it's a lot of fun. So okay, let's get started. These are some foil prints, and how this came about, I was purging yesterday, and I thought, I love that paper. I can't remember how I did it. And then I remembered how I did it, and that was styrofoam printing. Now I still have these plates, but I thought, how can I do this a little better? So I came up with, well, I didn't come up with it. I'm sure it's been done. Foil printing. So what you're going to need are some embossing folders. Your choice. I'm going to show you all my designs here. You're going to need some packaging, and you're going to need some aluminum foil, and you're going to need some glue, and you're going to need an embossing machine. But I'm pretty sure if you don't have an embossing machine, if you go back to grade school and you remember how to glue string on a package, twine I believe, and then press your foil into it, I'm pretty sure that would also work. I mean, there's all kinds of things you could glue onto here and press your foil into to get a plate. I'm pretty sure that would work, although I didn't try it. I'm just going by educated guess. I'm pretty sure it would work. So, okay, let me show you the plates. And also, if you don't have any plate and you just want to make some cool painting paper backgrounds, crunch up your foil, you can do that too. So here are my plates that I embossed. I don't know how long they're going to last. Theoretically, if you put enough glue under there, everything should stay raised for a long time. This particular one, I did reverse and right side up, meaning I put my stencil, my plate in my embossing folder upside down to get the reverse. This one as well, I put it upside down because when you, I couldn't remember, I've done these letters before and I thought they came out backwards. So I put this upside down, face down in my embossing folder, and then when you print, you're going to put your paper on top, and then everything should be right side up. And if you do it right side up, I think you're going to have to put your plate on top to get it, your letters to be read correctly. Don't quote me on that, because that's the sort of thing that drives me crazy. And okay, I did several patterns here. I have some leaves, some I haven't even tried yet. So we're going to be exploring some of these together. But I made a bunch, and I think I can replace my styrofoam ones with these. I think these will be these give a little bit better print, and I kind of like it a little better. So let me just show you what you're going to do here. I'm not going to go over to the embossing machine because everything's going to be different. It's going to depend on the size of your packaging, the size of your embossing folder. Some I had to use one plate and a shim. Some I could get away with the standard 2-plate sandwich. That's all going to be relative to your the thickness of your packaging and the thickness of your embossing folder. If you want to try the 3D, Be my guest. I did not try that. I only have a few. It's always a headache trying to get them to work in my machine, so I rarely use them. Not that I don't love them, it's just too much of a headache. So, okay, there we go. That's all you're going to do is wrap your packaging material, put it in your embossing folder. Either way, right side up or upside down. You can play around all you want. Okay, so let me get, first of all, let's just do this one first. So this is just your standard crinkled foil. And I'm just going to get some watercolor on there because that's what I already used on it and I didn't clean it. Now if you get some beading on your foil and you don't want that, put a drop of dish soap, and that will help spread your watercolor out onto your foil. So I'm just going to give that a spray because it did work better with more water. Now you could crinkle different ways. Give that a try. Okay, let's try it. I also have some 5x7 sheets of paper here, just to make it go a little faster. And this time we're not going to turn our foil upside down, we're going to turn our paper upside down and just give it a press. And there you go, you have some cool painty designs. You can do that as many times as you want. Keep spraying, add colors. And again, you can do all this stuff on your jelly plate. You can make those blocks. I'm going to call them blocks for lack of a better word, printing plates. And then you can put those on your jelly plate. Okay, so cool foil designs, however you want to work that. I just crumpled it once just to make sure it would work. So next I'm going to do the markers. And let me just quickly let me make sure I get a juicy ink this time. Let me just grab this set. It should work good enough. Okay. Kid markers always work great. Generally work great. So let me just get this one again. Get some, I'm going to do Bold and Brights. Now don't scrub too hard. Just want to get some color on here. You could do this probably with alcohol inks, alcohol markers. I didn't even think to bring those in here. Oh, let's get some other color in there just to make it interesting. some pink. Maybe. Pink isn't showing up too well. Let me get a dark purple. There, that should really be wild. Okay. My hands already. Okay, so I'm going to spray my paper instead of my... You could do it either way. Depends. If you want really soft and blendy, spray this. If you just want to make sure you're getting a transfer. And okay, I'm just going... I'm way back here, and I'm making sure this is just a mist over my paper. And it might even be a little too wet, but we're going to try it anyway. Oh, I love the kid markers. You're always going to get a good result with those because they're washable. And maybe my paper isn't wet enough. Let me just hold it there a minute. I don't think it's wet enough. No, it's not wet enough. Okay, let me spray that again. Okay, this time I'm going to spray this. And when I got quite a few prints off of one inking, so to speak. Those ones I showed in the beginning, I went the whole way across to 8.5 by 11, and I kept getting print after print. But of course, if you wanted the same value, there we go. That's a little softer, but still cool. Okay, there's the kid markers. Okay, let's do so much for my new clean cloth. Okay, let's do the ink and get that out of the way. Okay, let's try this one. Haven't tried this one yet. Let me get a nice dark ink. See what happens. And I think I'm going to spray the paper again instead of spraying this. I probably should be wetting it with a brush and then letting it get not shiny. Not shiny but wet. It's kind of with the sprayer, you're either going to get too much or too little. So let's try the ink. That should work beautifully. And I'm just doing this on white for the moment. There we go. Now I have tried so-called mono printing with practically every type of material, and I really think this one gives the best results. Okay, so there's the ink. Beautiful. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to the watercolor. Haven't tried this one yet. Am I going to stay with blue? Probably, because it's given me enough contrast so that you can see it. You know what? Let me do a blacky blue one here. Sometimes I like black. Let's try that. And sometimes some of these I actually like the reverse more than the right side up. Okay, let me get some more black. I also don't have my dish soap over here. I'm getting a little bit of beading. But I bet after you put probably a couple of coats, it's probably not going to do that. Okay, I'm going to spray my paper. If I had time, I suppose I could get, if I had time, I would do some different colors in the background, but then I would have to kind of let it dry. So as always, I'm just giving you the basics, and you're just going to take it where you want to take it. Now, remember, you can go across the entire page, so you can get some cool background papers. That's okay. I would like it to be a little better. So let's get some more paint on there. Try it again. That one, that outlining flower probably should have came out better. Okay, let's try putting a mist on here. See what happens. And then I have another one. If something doesn't appear to be working too well, just don't blame your, it could just be the folder you chose. Maybe you'll get a better result with a different folder. Yeah, that's too dry. Okay. Let me wet my paper again with a brush. Try to give it a couple seconds so it's not shiny. Get some more dry brush paint on here in black. So it might just be this folder. Usually this folder works great for everything. That I actually, it warped a little bit, so I went back and bought another one from Joann's. I believe it's Park Lane. Love this folder. It gives me a lot of options, different options for making cool things on one folder, because it has leaves and flowers and looks like berries. Okay, I'm going to have to let that sit a minute. So, if you're not getting good results, which at first I wasn't with one folder, what you can bring out is your tissue paper, and you will always get a pretty good result on tissue paper. But it was just a matter of not having enough water. And then I got it to work better, because I really wanted that one to turn out. And that was my little boho print. This one, I love this folder. I really wanted that to turn out, so I kept working at it. And I finally got it, and it was just a matter of not enough water. So let's try this again. Maybe this is going to be one that's going to require okay, that's a little better, but now that's too wet. Part of it's great. I probably should have just patted instead of smeared, and this was still a little too wet. But okay, there's an example of a dual color. Very pretty. So this folder is going to take a little work. Okay, which one? Let me go back to my first one. This is the reverse. This is this. Okay, let's do this. Love this one. Now I can't remember, did I spray my paper or my folder? Can't remember. Oh, and I'm sure you could also use gouache. I'm sure you could also use acrylic. Again, you can do this on your jelly plate. I think that's probably why the last video got so many views. Everyone thought I was using a jelly plate because I said printing. But technically, you are printing. You're transferring a mono print. You can do this anytime you're transferring an image, it's a print. Okay. This one I love. I hope it comes out again. My fingers are a mess. And I honestly can't remember if I even had wet paper the first time I did it. Because in a way, oh, there we go. That's a little too wet. And again, I shouldn't have smeared. I should have just patted. there's enough paint on there, I can get that again. Let's do that again. Pat, don't smear. Well, maybe I should add a little just to be on the safe side. So now I have tons of blue. And I really don't want to use my brayer either because I don't want to lose my design. So I'm not using my brayer. Let me just pat. Don't smear because you have, although that is pretty, I mean, it's very pretty. It doesn't transfer. If you're careful, put it back down. Here we go. Oh, love that. Okay, that's right side up. Let's do this one upside down. Where are we? Oh, I can't see. 32. Okay, I want to speed this up. I want to show you on pre-painted paper. So you can get your 2-color, 3-color, 4-color effects. Of course, you can put many colors on here as well. I'm just not. Right? You can paint this whatever color you want. So, let me see if I have enough moisture here just to give that a start. I know some areas are going to be a little too wet because I see a puddle. Okay, pat. No, not enough paint or not enough water. Okay, one area didn't transfer. But I'm just going to go back and show you the one that did turn out. And honestly, I can't remember. Some of them I sprayed the... There it is. That one was very nice. And if you're getting I see that sunlight there. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay. I want to show you. I have some pre-painted papers. Of course, you can do that. Let me go back to this one because it worked better. Probably should be getting some different color, but this green never works very well. And just get some Viridian. It always stains. Okay. So there's a lot of water on there, so let me just try it. Here we go. Oh, that's pretty. Now see, I don't care that I get little places that are blended. I like that effect. Okay. I'm sure I could probably get another one. Let's try it. And I'm just going to wet the plate. See what happens. Because again, I should have written it down. I should have written it on my paper as I did it. Wet plate, wet paper. Oh, that's pretty. Even though the middle of it is completely obscured, I still like that. I would still use that, and I would just do something else in that area. Some dots or something. That's a great space to fill. Okay, I want to do this purpley one. And then, oh, I didn't do my favorite. Okay, let's do this one. And now, again, I can't remember. Did I wet the plate or did I wet the, did I wet the paper? I think I wet the paper for this one, because I had a little bit of trouble with this one. And I didn't want to have trouble. I love this stencil. I also went back and bought another one of these. I think this is Darius, though. Darius. And if something happened to both of them, I'd try to find another one. And I've seen this stencil in so many other people's designs. It must be pretty popular. Okay, so I'm going to guess that I sprayed the paper, because I do remember the first time it was way too dry and I wasn't getting a good impression. Okay, that's a little too wet, definitely a little too wet, but I still like it. Okay, just going to try this, because we really have to quit here. If there is any place on here I can speed it up, I will. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad going upside down either. Okay, everyone, I still love that. Still love that. I would use it, and I would just do some mixed media in there. Okay, these are still drying. Let me get the ones that came out perfect for you. Oh, that one's not too bad. That one didn't work. There's what that is supposed to look like, so that one didn't work. There's the leaves with the ink. There's the marker that did work with a little more water. And there is, that worked perfectly. Maybe it was just because it was the first one and maybe I'm losing my image a little bit. I don't know. Now I'm losing my depth of my, I'm pressing a little and then I'm losing it. I can't say how long these actually will last. Technically I could run them through the embossing folder again if I get it lined up right, so I think you could do it over again if you're careful to do that, and then you just make another impression. Okay everyone, I think that's it, and remember, the first place I saw this was kind of like marker smushing, Crafty Nika, and I just wanted to take it a little further, so I did some styrofoam plates and I embossed those, but foil works better. Okay, thanks so much for your time. I'll see you next time. You have a great day and a great week. Bye.